So far, what sort of impact have you noticed from the new Posh Frock Shop series?
We've had a really lovely, wonderful response, both on social media and just generally everybody's sort of saying, finally, there's a wedding show that's real, that has real women in it, and women of all age groups and of all sizes and all different backgrounds. So I think it's refreshing to see something that encompasses a 16-year-old girl going to a pageant or an 82-year-old grandma wearing a long beaded evening dress all in one show.
Do you think it's going to make a difference to the sort of customers you see coming through the door now that they can see how accessible a bespoke couture dress is to them? I
hope that the show shows to everybody that no matter what kind of background you've come from, how educated you are, it doesn't really matter, as long as you want to look fabulous for your special event. Everybody wants to look fabulous for their special event, regardless of wealth.
So can you define a classic Ian Stuart Mother of the Bride or bride?
A classic Ian Stuart Mother of the Bride would be in her late 50s. She would be a lady that goes on cruises quite a lot and holidays quite a lot, loves to take care of her appearance, wants to look beautiful. I mean, unfortunately, as we all get older, everything goes a bit south, and our job is to make these ladies look and feel fantastic and show the parts that they want to show and cover up the parts that they want to be covered up.
And they're coming to you for your professional opinion on what's going to make them look fabulous. How do you deal with it when you can see the dress they've fallen in love with is absolutely wrong for them?
If they choose a dress that's really not the right dress, I will show them why. I'll show them in the mirror why I don't think it's right for them, and I'll try and explain alternatives as to how we can make this dress work for that particular body shape or for that particular person. I won't let anybody buy anything if I think it looks really horrible on them.
And how often are people wanting the dress as it is on the peg when they come in, and how much are they wanting to have a few changes to it and embellishments or bespoke designs? Most
of the mothers of the bride will buy the clothes off the peg. Sometimes we also can measure them and make them a new dress. And there are mothers of the bride who do want to change, sometimes maybe raising the neckline a little bit, or lowering the sleeve, or changing the length of the skirt. So those changes are possible as long as we have enough time before the event to make those changes.
And it's quite common for the mother of the bride to come in with the bride for her appointment, I'm assuming. Does the bride usually come in with her mother when she's having her fitting?
What we found that's been really, really nice is we actually have double appointments. So the bride comes with her mum, and then we do the bridal appointment first, obviously, and then the bride tries some dresses on, and then they go for lunch, and then they come back, and then it's mum's turn to try on gowns. Because normally we found with mothers and daughters, if they tap into a certain designer, they generally both like this. A lot of mums and daughters have the same taste. So if they tap into a particular label or a particular brand, 9 out of 10 times will be that the girl gets the dress from that designer, and the mum can get her dress from that same designer as well.
Makes sense. And it's quite a big deal then for them to be coming in for their appointment. It's taking up a big chunk of their day. Any advice to brides before they go in for their appointment? What they should be thinking about, what they should be wearing, how they should be perhaps presenting themselves to the appointment?
Yeah, I mean, we on our website we have like tips and tricks of, you know, obviously wear nude coloured underwear, scrape your hair back because you don't want long hair to interfere with necklines, don't wear too much jewellery because it could catch on the dresses, don't have too much body makeup on because that could rub off onto the samples, you know, and just generally, you know, have your sort of Pinterest boards ready so you can show the style consultant the kind of moods and direction that you want to go into. And we always say to brides, if they've never tried dresses on before, we always make them try 3 different silhouettes, and then from there on you can establish which silhouette is not working for you, so you don't have to then waste time trying more of those types of dresses on.
And we've seen on the show brides criticising the dress when it's just not the right dress for them. Obviously, this is a dress you've put a lot of love and care into designing. How does that feel to you? And do you have to practice the game face for not looking upset when they are rude about your creation?
The thing is that I've been doing it for so long that it doesn't really bother me anymore, because I know that on somebody else that dress is going to look beautiful. So if that dress isn't right for this particular person, you know, I will put them in something else that maybe is more suitable for them. But the dress they hated will also be loved by... So what I'm trying to say is, when somebody disrespects a garment, someone else will say nice things about it. So it counterbalances if that makes sense. Those comments are counterbalanced with positive comments from another client.
Yeah. And would they ever influence how you design? Has anyone ever said anything that you thought, oh, that hurts so much, I'm going to change that one?
I've never... I have to say, as a designer, being now in a shop and meeting people and meeting different age groups of women, it's really, really helped me. Their feedback has been amazing. You know, when you've only been designing for size 8 model for 25 years of your life, you don't get to see the way that bodies change as people get older. So I've actually, from feedback, more so from the mother of the bride, I think, I've changed the fit of my collection. I've changed various different things, and I've thought, oh God, that's a really good idea. I'm going to use that for next season's collection. So they might pull something down or make it higher, and I'm thinking, actually, that looks really more beautiful than the original way I designed it. So I'm very open to constructive criticism and feedback from the clients in order to make next season's collection a better one.
And it's normal for a bride to really splash out on her wedding dress. Do you find that the mother of the bride or the mother of the groom feels as comfortable as in making it a really big decision to have something fabulous made for the daughter's wedding?
The mums of the bride and groom, they make a decision much quickly than the bride. They've probably got more disposable income. They don't want to troll around all shops. They want to just come somewhere, have a glass of champagne, look at some fabulous dresses, choose a hat, bag, shoes, done, dusted. So the mums are actually a lot quicker than the brides in their selection. And I think that they do think, you know, this is my child's wedding, I'm going to treat myself. And I've never had a mother of the bride feel guilty for spending that amount of money. If anything, they've gone the other way and said, do you know what, I know that one's more expensive than that one, but I'm having it.
Mm. And you do the shoes, the bags,
we do the hats, bags, the shoes, yeah. You know, you've also got a lot of mothers of the bride and groom who possibly haven't, they'll be seeing their divorced husband for the first time in 15 years, so they want to walk into that place looking hot.
Fantastic, I like it. And your Mother of the Bride collection is primarily here in your flagship store at the Blue Coat.
No, we have about 40 stockists throughout the country who sell Ian Stuart London, which is the Mother of the Bride special occasion wear collection. And within that collection, it's dresses for Mothers of the Bride and Groom, dresses for ascot races, evening gowns, and long Mother of the Bride dresses as well.
Fantastic. And any particular fashion tips for Mother of the Bride or Mother of the Groom for this season?
This season, what we're seeing a lot of is navy. Navy seems to be sort of the new black. And I think a really nice tip, I think, is that what we do here is we customise the hats. So we take embellishments from the dress and we add it into the hat. So when you've got the hat on and the dress, it really looks like it's all come from one place.
Yeah, that's a nice idea. And finally, if you could give a bride one bit of advice as she's putting her dress on the morning of her wedding day, for her to take through the day with her, what would that bit of advice be?
I would say to a bride, just take a moment to just do some breathing and then have a really stiff drink and then put some breath spray on and then big deep breath and you're ready to go.
Fantastic. Thanks very much.
You're very welcome.